कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाचिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद एसी भक्तिदान स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाचिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। भगवद गीता क्लास की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. हरे कृष्णा, आप सबको आज के भगवद गीता today we welcome you for Bhagavad Gita class from chapter 1, Observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, text number 19. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇām hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇām hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ hṛdayāni vyadārayat nabhaścha pṛthivīṁ caiva tumulo bhyanunādayan. Okay. Sa, that, ghoṣa, vibration, dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ, of the sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra, hṛdayāni, hearts, vyadārayat, shattered, nabhaḥ, the sky, cha, also, pṛthivīṁ, the surface of the earth, cha, also, eva, certainly, tumulah, uproarious, abhyanunādayan, resounding. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The blowing of these different conchshells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Purport. When Bhīṣma and the others on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective conchshells, there was no heartbreaking on the part of the Pāṇḍavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned, but in this particular verse it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra were shattered by the sounds vibrated by the Pāṇḍavas party. This is due to the Pāṇḍavas and their confidence in Lord Kṛṣṇa. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of the greatest calamity. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaišnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Prabhupada Nugami Shri Subhak Swamini Sadadayana Shili Subhagyaya Sarva Jiva Kripabde Guru Siksha Sadachara Palakaya Namostute. Mukam karoti vachanam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamam vande Shri Gurum Dinadarinam. Hare Krishna. So we are starting from the chapter 1. So the first section in this chapter is about Dhritarashtra's question to Sanjaya. And the second section is talking about how Duryodhana is explaining about the different warriors who have come to the different parties, both the parties, in the party of Pāṇḍavas, to his guru Dronacharya, and he is comparing the strength of the armies of both the sides. That is the second section. And the third section is about the different conchshells blown by the different kings and the Pāṇḍavas and the Kauravas and Krishna himself. So this is about all the different conchshells and the names of that conchshells. This is all about that in the third section till verse number 18. So the verse number 19 is the consequence, and thus it is the condition after they heard the transcendental conchshells blown by these divine personalities. So what is the consequence? Actually, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with the spirit of fighting now. The great kings from all over the globe have come here to participate in the battlefield of Kurukshetra now. So, in this verse, sa ghoṣo dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ. Sa ghoṣo means these ghoṣas. Sa means those conchshells, those sounds. Ghosha means sounds. These sounds affected dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ. So, dhārtarāṣṭrāṇāṁ means the sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Like Pāṇḍavas means the sons of Pandu. Similarly, dhārtarāṣṭrāṇām means the sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Another meaning of dhārtarāṣṭra means dhrita. Dhrita means usurpers who take away others' properties. Rashtrāṇām means the state, the land, the state. So dhārtarāṣṭrāṇām means the one who are usurping others' properties. So the ghosha, this transcendental ghosha, the vibration has affected these usurpers, these sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra, so much so that hṛdayāni vyadārayat. So much so that their heart, the hṛdaya, their hearts have become vyadārayat. Their hearts have become shattered. Their hearts have become broken. They have got a big heart attack now because of that ghosha, because of that vibration blown by these divine personalities. So, nabhaś pṛthivīṁ caiva. Nabhaś means how long and how far has this sound reached. It is resounding both in the sky. Nabhaś means sky, and pṛthivīṁ means on the earth. So this divine vibration is resounding, proclaiming both in the sky and on the earth, thus creating tumulo abhyanunādayan, thus creating a great uproarious, tumultuous sound in the whole battlefield of Kurukshetra. So this condition, this attack, heart attack to the Kauravas is mentioned here because of the vibration of the conchshells blown by these various personalities, various kings, Pāṇḍavas and Kṛṣṇa himself. Because of this sound vibrated, the Kauravas faced a big, heart attack. It was a big shattering to their hearts. So Duryodhana, he considered that because the Pāṇḍavas were continuously in exile, because they were banished for so long, so they will not be able to gather such a huge army, so many soldiers on their part. But when Duryodhana saw that Pāṇḍavas were they were surrounded with so many kings from different places, Duryodhana got a big heart attack. He got big shattering to his heart. So generally also when an enemy sees another enemy well equipped and well organized, then it is like a big blasting to his heart, because one can't see others' prosperity. So Duryodhana's condition was similar. But it is not mentioned anywhere that Pāṇḍavas' hearts were shattered. Such occurrences are not mentioned. So we can see the people who are walking on the path of righteousness, who are walking on the path of religion, they are always fearless. They have no fear. But whereas the people who are walking on the path of irreligion, they have fear at every step. They are always in fear. We can see the life of Kunti Devi. That is why actually in Bhagavad Gita 16 chapter, Krishna is telling that the first quality of devotee is abhayam, fearlessness. The first quality of devotee is abhayam. He is always fearless. Even if he is in the darkest region of the forest, he is sure and he is convinced, he has firm faith that Krishna will be always accompanying him in all of his calamities. And Krishna will always give him protection. That confidence the devotee always treasures. So we can see the life of Kunti Devi, how many calamities she underwent. From the she saw that her own nephews tried to kill her own children. Merely when Bhīma was very small, he was thrown by Duryodhana in the ocean. Then her own nephews sent them into the house of Lak, and they wanted to kill them in the house of Lakshagriha. Then she saw that how her own children, Karna and Arjuna, were becoming inimical on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And then she eventually saw that her own child was killing her own another child. So such was the degree of calamities she had to face. Then she saw that her own grandchild, Abhimanyu, was slaughtered. How he was slaughtered by the great warriors. Then she saw that how her own grandchildren, 5 grandsons from Draupadi, how they were slaughtered by Ashwathama. So one after another, she had to undergo a life to see the various calamities. But her faith on Krishna, her surrender, her dependence on Krishna, it never moved even an inch. That is why even after facing so many calamities, Kunti Devi prays to Krishna. Vipadaha sarshvatat santu. Vipada santu tat sarshvat. Bhavata tatra tatra jagad guru. Bhavatah darshano yatsyat punarbhavam namachyati. When you see apunarbhavam na darshanat, means if you see, if Kunti Devi is praying to Krishna that may these calamities come to me again and again. Vipadaha shantu tat shashwat, means may these calamities, O Krishna, O Jagat Guru, O Lord of the universe, let these calamities come upon me again and again, so that I may see you again and again. Darshana dyatyat, so that I can have your darshan again and again. And having your darshan always, I will not be able to go into this cycle of birth and death. So that is her prayer. She is asking for calamities. That is the surrender of a pure devotee. So then when we see that life of Pāṇḍavas, at every step they had to encounter so many dangers. But their faith on Krishna was never flickered. It was never shaken. Then we see how Draupadi, the greatest devotee from her childhood, how she had completely surrendered and depended on Krishna. From a devotee means who has intense love for Krishna. And Draupadi Devi displays this example very well. From her childhood, she was attracted and she was enamored by the activities of Krishna. But then gradually when she was married to Arjuna and the other Pandavas, she had to encounter various calamities in her life. In a deceptive game of dice, her husbands, who were the rulers of the entire earth, they had to even lose Draupadi herself. even Yudhishthir Maharaj was going on losing and losing in the match of dice, but he could not retreat from the game, because as a Kshatriya, once you go, you can't retreat from a battle. Similarly, you can't even give up the game of dice. So they were continuously provoking that you stake this, you have this property, you stake this. So he was continuously provoked, and then at the end he had to stake his own wife Draupadi. So at that time Draupadi was celebrated in her beauty. She was celebrated in her beauty. So Draupadi, Duryodhana and his alliances, they deeply wanted Draupadi with them. So Duryodhana orders Dushasana to go and bring Draupadi now. So she was forced to come in the assembly, and then she was stripped naked in the assembly of great warriors. So although her husbands, they were present there, but they could not do anything. They could not give any sort of protection, because they were morally already sold out to Duryodhana. So they had lost all their independence now. So now Draupadi had no one to protect her. So she just surrenders to Krishna. And then Krishna supplies her innumerable clothes. And Dushasana, who is said to be all powerful, he was pulling and pulling, and he got exhausted and he fell unconscious. So such is the mercy of Krishna, and such is the surrender of a pure devotee of Krishna, that in every condition they never fail to surrender to Krishna. That is why Krishna is setting an example to show how the devotees are always depending on him, always surrendering to him, always relying on him. That is the glory of a pure devotee of Krishna. So we see that, but if we compare, we can't even compare, but our faith and our surrender is always partial. We have partial surrender, we have conditional surrender. There is a man who was climbing down the hill, and he is trying to move all his hands to somehow catch the hill so that he can be safe. So he's trying to hold something, and eventually he holds a branch of a tree. And at that time, with great emotion and devotion, he is praying to the Lord that, "Oh my Lord, please protect me." Then the Lord becomes merciful, and he comes to protect that man who is hanging on the branch. And he says, "Okay, now you leave the branch." So that man becomes like, "Oh, why the Lord is telling me to leave the branch? Now this is the only hope I have for my protection." So the whole night he keeps holding the branch very tightly. And in the morning he sees that the distance between the ground and him is only 1 foot. So he could easily go down instead of hanging all night on the tree. But because we don't have faith, Krishna is protecting us, he is guiding us, but we don't have faith on him, so we are not surrendering. So if we see the life of only the life of Pāṇḍavas, we don't have to go through all the pure devotees, because only the life of Pāṇḍavas is such an example for us, as they have underwent so many calamities and tribulations in their life, but their utmost example for unflavoring attachment and surrender to the Lord. Then when they were again invited, when the Pandavas were again invited to play the game of dice, this time they again cheated, and they were sent to exile for 12 years, I think 12 years, 12 years. So they were sent to exile again for 12 years and 1 year in ignodito. Huh? What is that called in Hindi? Agyatavas. Yeah, 1 year they had to be ignodito. I'm not able to pronounce the word, somehow it is not coming. Incognito, yes, incognito. So 1 year the Pandavas had to live in incognito. So even during that exile, that period of 13 years, Pandavas were continuously tortured and by the Kauravas. So one time Duryodhana, he's always plotting against Pandavas that how he can, disturb them. One time there was Durvasa Muni who came to the house, palace of Duryodhana in Hastinapur. Then giving him nice hospitality, he requested Durvasa Muni that, oh my dear Durvasa Muni, please visit my brothers who are in exile in the forest. So he says that Durvasa Muni is like, okay, yeah, he's easily pleased and he easily becomes angry. Durvasa Muni, that is his, nature, that is his divine nature. So he was very happy and he said, okay, I will go. So he again requested, my dear Durvasa Muni, please go and visit them after afternoon. After afternoon, if you visit, they can host you even more better. So he said, okay. And then he goes and with his 60,000 disciples and all the Pandavas, they were there. And he says, today I am coming to take prasad in your house. So Yudhishthir Maharaj says, okay, please, we are very well blessed by your presence, you please come. So they go quickly, the husbands, the Pandavas, they go and they tell that Draupadi, see, the Durvasa Muni is going to come with his 60,000 disciples, so you have to be ready with prasad. So they got a Akshay Patra gifted by sun god. So whatever they can cook plenty prasad, and they can that produces unlimited prasad until and unless Draupadi takes prasad. So that day Draupadi had fed all the Pandavas and she was also finished, and she also ate the prasad and everything was done. And she got so furiated and she got so frightened. Now how can we serve with Durvasa Muni? He becomes very angry very easily and he will curse us for not feeding and already accepting inviting them for prasad. So again, because the pure devotees, for anything, any trouble or any anxiety or any distress, they have only one solution. What is that solution? Call Krishna, help Krishna. That is the only rescue for them. They have no other, search for rescue. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paripasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So when we call like that, when the pure devotees who are Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, who are 24 hours thinking about Krishna, who are surrendered to Krishna, who are wanting to please Krishna every moment, for them what Krishna does? Ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. For to them, whatever they are lacking, Krishna will personally come and give them, supply them. And whatever they have, to them personally Krishna will come and preserve them. That things will be, Krishna personally will take care that they are not lost. So that is the kindness of Krishna towards his pure devotees. That is his love. So when Draupadi Devi and the Pandavas, they cry out for help to Krishna, Krishna immediately comes at their door and he says, yes, Draupadi, I see that you are in distress now. What is your anxiety? Draupadi Devi says that, oh, see, Krishna, you have protected me every time. So please give me a solution now also. See, the Durvasa Muni and his disciples are coming, and I have already taken my prasad, and this Akshay Patra can't produce any more food now. So Krishna says, okay, go get that patra, that bowl. Let me see, something will be there. She says, no, I've already done now. There is nothing. There will be something. You bring the pot, I will see. Okay, she goes and she gets the patra and she sees that this is the famous pastime which everyone else knows, but it's very relishable to hear again and again. There is one small grain left over, and immediately Krishna, he takes that grain, and when we give Krishna something, the whole world is satisfied. If Krishna is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. Like when we put water to the root of a tree, all the tree is nourished. When we give food to the stomach, all the body is nourished. Similarly, when we are trying to please Krishna, when Krishna is satisfied, everybody is satisfied. So the Durvasa Muni and the disciples who were taking bath there, they were all belching out in the river, and it was like, my God, what happened suddenly? We are so full in our stomachs, and let us go away, run away from here, otherwise they will force us to take prasad, and we can't do this, and we have to run away from here. So everybody, they escaped from the place. So that is the surrender. The devotees of the Lord are always, for anything, they have full surrender and full faith on the lotus feet of the Lord. They have full confidence. That's what Prabhupada is telling here. That the Pandavas, this is due to the Pandavas and their confidence on Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear even in the midst of the greatest calamity. That is the quality of devotee. Samashrita ye padapallavam plavam mahad padam punya yasho murare bhavam buddhim vatsa padam param padam padam yad vipadam na tesham. That is the quality of a devotee, that Samashrita, those devotees who have taken shelter unto the lotus feet of the Lord, whose lotus feet are like the boat. Viplavam. No, Samashrita, the Pallavam, Plavam. The lotus feet of the Lord are like Plavam, like a boat. And Mahat Padam, the whole material, and who is the enemy of the Mura demon. And the whole material cosmic existence, the whole Mahatpadam becomes just like a Vatsa Padam. They become just like a hoof print of a calf. The hoof print of a calf is so small, it is so tiny, na? So the water in that is so tiny. The so big material ocean, material existence becomes like that if we take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, and thus they can cross this ocean so easily. We can cross the hoof print very easily, na? Like this, with one baby step we can cross. Like that, the big ocean, of this material world will become like that if we take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So and then they can cross over this material world and go to Vaikuntha, where there is no padam na vipadam na tesham, where there is no calamities, where there is no repeated birth, cycle of birth and death. That is the quality of Krishna. That is the quality of devotees who take the shelter of Krishna. So the thing is that devotee has to be dhrida nishchaya. A devotee has to be it is his uh, he has to be determined that he has to be Krishna conscious in every situation, even if he is facing most provocating situations in the life. But his faith and his confidence in Krishna should never be shaken. If Krishna is not fulfilling one or two of our desires, it doesn't mean that we stop worshipping Krishna and we go to some other demigods like Durga, Kali, or Ganesh, or Shiva and start worshipping them. Devotee is always fixed only in the worship of Krishna, and he never leaves Krishna. Like there is a story that a man, he's climbing a coconut tree. It is very big coconut tree, and he's collected all the coconuts from the tree, and he's climbing down now. And when he climbed up, he didn't realize that how high, how tall was the coconut tree. But when he is climbing down, he realized that it is very deep now, and he has to climb down very much. So in between, he becomes emotional and he prays to Krishna that, oh Lord, it is very funny story. That see, I have collected these 100 coconuts, so it is all for you only. I am not going to take anything, so please protect me from this danger now. I'll go and I'll give all coconuts to you. So he goes halfway down more, and he's developing even more confidence now that he is near to the surface. And he thinks that, see, I have worked hard, I have climbed so high, I have taken the coconuts. So Krishna is just a sleeping partner. So he said, okay, Krishna, you just let us have 75-25. That deal will be better, not than 50-50 deal. So he is okay. Then he goes more down, and then he sees things that why I have to offer that much also. Effort I have done, and then immediately there is a wind blowing and the tree is moving, and then he immediately says that no, Krishna, this is only a just a joke. This everything belongs to this, everything is yours only. I surrender to you only. So our surrender is just like that. Our surrender is conditional. We try to put condition to the Lord, and if Krishna is giving us something, then we will surrender. If Krishna is giving us nice house or nice whatever is our necessity, then we try to surrender to the Lord. That is our inherent nature. But the pure devotees of the Lord are relying on Krishna in every condition. Apparently, we see that the life of devotee is filled with many calamities. But if there is no calamities, if there are no disturbances, then there will be no question of protection. There is a question of protection only when there is a danger. But even during these calamities and during these dangers, the devotee, he's never, his faith is never shaken. Although the calamities may be extremely dangerous, extremely frightening, but devotee is never trying to defend, or he is never trying to rectify his surrender. Like we see that I'm getting a lot of problems by worshipping Krishna, so let me change my worshipable Lord, my Ishtadev. It is not like that. They are at every situation, they are only surrendered to Krishna. We can see in the pastime of Murari Gupta. Devotees are so loyal that even they don't want to change their loyalty from their Ishtadev, what to speak of diverting from Krishna to other demigods. Murari Gupta in Gaur Leela, he was Hanuman. So Krishna, Mahaprabhu is testing his loyalty one time. He is telling to Murari Gupta that, oh Murari, see, you are worshipping Lord Ram is very nice, but Krishna is the embodiment of all sweetness and this fountainhead of all other incarnations. So you should start worshipping Krishna. In that way you will worship even Lord Ram. So from now on you start worshipping Krishna. So Murari Gupta says, externally he says, okay Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will start worshipping Krishna. But then whole night he goes to the home and whole night he's thinking and trying to make his mind understand and trying his mind that he can surrender to Krishna. But he is praying to Lord Ram that, oh Lord Ram, please take my life, because I can't surrender to Krishna. I can only surrender to you. My life will be devastated if I do Krishna Bhakti and if I leave your devotion. So the next day he goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he surrenders to him and he says that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please forgive me and allow me so that I can give up my life, because I can't leave the worship of my Ishtadev, that is Shri Ram. So that is the loyalty, and that much is the devotion of a devotee towards the Lord. And what to speak of leaving Krishna and going and worshipping other demigods. So the point is that in every situation of our life, we have to be one-pointedly devoted to the lotus feet of Krishna only. There are several pastimes coming in my mind, but I think time is less. But one thing is that there is a great devotee called Bhakta Ramdas. He is from Bhadrachalam. And he's praying he's written a very beautiful bhajan in Telugu. I don't know if you'll be able to understand, but I can explain the purport. It's very full of bhava. He's saying that Chintanaku hemiledu na hṛdayamlo Cheri Srimannarayana Dayana Kundaga Nindi Samudramlo Yemaina Bhyamunaku Yenalo Matsyamurti Andanaku Nindaga Undaga. He is praying that why should I have anxiety in my heart? Because I will have the full protection of Sriman Narayan. If there is a big flood in this world, Sriman Narayan in the form of Matsya Avatar, he will come and protect me. Sriman Narayan in the form of Matsya Avatar, he will come and protect me. And if there is earthquake, why should I fear? Why should be I afraid? Sriman Narayan in the form of Varadev. Today is Varadavadasi. So he will come in the form of Varadev and save me from these earthquakes. So he is going on and explaining the various incarnations, how the various incarnations can protect him from every danger, because I am surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So that is his bhav. He is thinking, when Krishna is the chariot driver of my chariot, when Krishna is the controller of my life, why should I have fear in my life? That is the bhav of Ramdas. Similarly, we know how Govinda Das is telling, Bhajahure mana Shri Nandanandana Bhaya Charanara Vindare. If we take the shelter of the Abhay Charanar Vinda, if we take the shelter of Abhay Charan, then there will be no kind of fear in our lives. That is the conclusion of everything. We have to take the shelter of those lotus feet who can bestow us fearlessness. But how can we achieve fearlessness? Fearlessness can be achieved when we are taking shelter of pure devotees of Krishna. Satam prasanga mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha tajjoshanashva apavarga vartmani shraddha bhaktir ratir anukramishati. Means when we are in the association of Satam Prasangam, when we are in the association of pure devotees, Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Samvida, discussing Virya Samvida, discussing the wonderful chivalrous qualities and pastimes of Krishna, then what Satam Prasanga Mama Virya Samvido Bhavanti Hrit Karna Rasayana Katha. That time our Hrit and Karna, our heart and our ears, they become Rasayana, they become pleased, they become happy. Bhavanti Hrit Karna Rasayana Katha, by those pastimes, by hearing those pastimes. Tad Joshanashva Anukalpa Vartmani, means we can transcend this ocean and become liberated by hearing those pastimes. And gradually we will develop Shraddha, means faith, and we will develop Rati, that means attachment. And in this way we will develop pure devotional service. That is all possible, and this fearlessness, everything is possible only in the association of pure devotees. A fearlessness can be achieved in the association of pure devotees. So I end here. Anything? Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana in this verse is the consequence and the condition of the Kauravas. After hearing the divine conchshells, their hearts were shattered. But devotees are always in confidence, and they are having no fear because they are having implicit faith and surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the conclusion. So anything, any reflections you have, any sharings you have, we can share.
One question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Pāṇḍavas were the great leader of that time and great warriors of that time. Yeah? So how they didn't get to know that they are getting cheated on the game of dice?
Pāṇḍavas were great warriors, and how they didn't know that they were cheated. Actually, this is all a plan of Krishna. Krishna wants to show the world that how the great devotees are passing through different calamities in the life, but their faith and devotion and their surrender is always unflinching and unflickering. So this is just a play of the Lord and plan of the Lord, so that through the devotees he can set an example and show to the world that how glorious are the devotees, and how Krishna also gives 100% protection. Rakshishyati iti vishvaso. What is surrender? Anukulasya sankalpanam pratikulasya varjanam. Rakshishyati iti vishvaso atma nikshepa karpanye goptrutva varanam tatha. 6 points of surrender. That whatever is favorable to devotional service, devotees will accept that. Whatever is unfavorable to Krishna consciousness, that they will reject it. And they have firm conviction, they have firm faith that Krishna is their ultimate protector. Rakshishyati iti vishvaso. And Krishna is only their ultimate maintainer. And Atma Nikshepa Karpanya. And they act only in the interest of Krishna. So these are the 6 points of surrender, and Krishna wants to show that he is protecting his devotees in every condition. So I think these are the two things, that how Krishna is exemplifying the devotees' surrender, and he is also showing that Krishna will protect in every calamity of the devotees, because he has special love. Like there is a child, my child, and there is another child, and if there is anything happening to my child, I will be certain and sure and natural that I'll go and immediately protect my child if he's in danger. So that protection is special towards the devotees. So because devotees are surrendering, that protection is also coming in a special way. Is it okay? Prabhuji is very senior here. Please tell, is it you can enlighten more. Any questions or any comments or any reflections you want to share? Actually, I didn't have too much time, so whatever was coming in my mind, I was telling. Okay, so we end up here. Thank you very much for joining today's class. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Jai.